Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a weekly reading for Libra from the 15th to the 21st of October 2018. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. If you want a personal reading, I've put the details of my email and my website in the description box, so please contact me. I've also put the decks I'm using in the description box, as well as links to Amazon and eBay if you want to purchase these decks. And please don't forget to watch my deck walkthrough series. You might find it interesting. So this is a energy read, and then I will do the general tarot read after that. Okay, so the first card is barrier. So you're feeling very, very closed up, locked up in a situation, and you really don't know how to get out of it. You're hoping that some sort of good fortune or change of luck comes in for you to help you move out of that situation. And maybe at this particular time, there's a generosity card. You might be spending too much of money right now, and so maybe a lot more going out than is coming in for you. But you're certainly locked in a situation you really don't know how to get out. So in the past, you've got the storm. So some event has caused a problem with you that has caused you to go and look for some sort of psychic advice. Maybe you've been consulting a tarot reader or some sort of psychic person to try and find the answers as to why this problem has come in for you. And it's left you feeling very stuck in this situation. And it was some news that was pretty bad. So something that happened was not really good, because you've got the bad news card following this barrier. So things have not been going too well. That's why you're hoping for some good luck to come in. But the end card is the abundance, so things will go your way. You've got the world in your hand over here, so things will go in your favor. This might also mean that you might travel, but that might also mean that some finance money comes into your hand, because this is the abundance card. So something changing for you. Maybe luck is coming into your hand. Abundance is coming into your hands. So that's the energies for that week. So I have shuffled this deck. I'm just going to draw some cards from it. So you've got the Empress card, and this is a card ruled by Venus. So this is your card on the whole. So there is the energy of abundance coming in for you, some nurturing, growth, creativity, and new ideas coming in for you that is going to bring abundance. So you can see this woman sitting, the Empress sitting over here in a really lovely garden, and she's got this like light bulb kind of thing in her hand. So you are drawing in energy, or you're drawing in ideas from above to apply it and bring in abundance, and that will come. You can see this swan, something lovely coming in, and lots of these little baby swans going on around. So you are going to be bringing in ideas, or bringing in something that's going to grow into something better. You're giving birth to new plans, new ideas that's going to take off and bring in a lot of abundance, and new ideas coming in for you. And that's the energies around the whole card. That's the intention behind what you want to do. So what's going on around you? You have received some sort of message. No, not really. You've got, the Page of Wands over here. You walked away from somebody, it looks like. You had a situation where, this is like the autumn, where, things were very, very abundant. You reaped the abundance, and now you're going away from this. Everything is now come to an end. That cycle or that relationship has ended, because you can see all these rolls of hay. It's all been cut. There's nothing more growing over here. So you've reached a natural conclusion to that relationship, and you are moving away from that person. So parting ways with somebody and walking away, looking very, very depressed, but walking into the future alone, not with this person. So maybe you've come through a situation where you've gone through a divorce or a separation. Something has happened, but there's been a separation or a divorce where you've parted ways with somebody. And even this card shows the same thing. So two of the same cards. There was an established situation. It didn't work out. You've got the blood and water. So blood and water not mixing in this situation. You all didn't get along. The cups are all empty. She's looking into an empty cup. It's the end of a cycle over here with the last phase, and this person is walking away from that situation. So in both situations, walking away from somebody, or an established relationship or something that was set up, and there's nothing left anymore in that relationship. So you have parted company with somebody, and that person has parted company with you, or you have parted company with that person. So a complete end of the situation, both of you, because these are two different cards. Here the man is walking away from the woman, and you can see this woman is sitting back and looking at things. So both of you have been miserable. You can see from his perspective, he's very miserable here. She's very miserable because she also felt that everything was empty, and he's felt that there's nothing left to fight for, nothing left to grow in this relationship. So that's why both of you have parted ways and ended this relationship. And you all did have a very good, stable relationship. It was the Four of Rods, and maybe you moved house or moved home in the last year, and you were growing. It seemed very stable, very established. You were moving together and getting along reasonably well. And then something happened. There was too many burdens. Maybe you felt you were facing too many burdens, and that made you miserable, and you were facing it alone, and you were not taking it anymore. So in the last 3 months, it seems there's an end of that cycle, an end of all of that in the last 3 months with the Ten of Rods, and you have let go of that situation completely and decided to walk away and move away from it. And you seem very despondent about it, but you're taking whatever is left, one responsibility, and you're moving on, but you seem to have left everything else behind. So in the last 3 months, everything seems to have toppled. These rods seem to have come down. They're on the ground right now. So you have this whole situation of stability has now broken down, and these rods are all lying on the ground, and that situation has now come to a close. So you're hoping to get yourself established in your work. You want to concentrate and focus on money. See money being the big cow, the bull over here in this, and the bull is the Taurian card of Taurus, and that talks about personal money. So that's what you're going to be focusing on making your money and developing yourself. And that's where you want to just change and get away from this whole scenario that happened, the breakup, and move and establish yourself as far as your work goes. You've got the Death card going into the future, which means that you're cutting out that past and moving on. As miserable as it is, you have decided that that is that, and you are not taking it anymore, and you are walking away from it. This big change, this big problem, you have started it, I think, down to experience, and you're moving away from it. So you're cutting that out completely from your life, moving away from it. Now you're expecting some sort of information. This is the Eight of Rods, something coming in to bring you some order. You want movement. You are making a movement, or you're making that change happen. Whatever information you're getting, you're using it to launch your arrows, to put out feelers into the world, to move yourself forward. This might also indicate moving, this indicates either a lot of communication or actual air travel, moving away. So maybe you've gotten information, and maybe you're going to go and start a new job somewhere else, but you're definitely very active. This is a very active card with the rods coming in, bringing that energy, and you shooting out arrows. So whatever information is at the moment, you seem to be very, very busy, maybe networking, getting in touch with people, communicating, working a lot with that kind of communication, a lot of that kind of energy coming into it to move forward into the future. Around you there is, you might be joining some sort of groups, getting advice, people who have gone through the same kind of situation you have gone through. Maybe you're joining like-minded people. You're getting a lot of information, or you might be giving out information, but it looks like you're getting information to deal with your situation. You are, basically you're done with the traditional way of doing things, and you're moving away with this Hierophant card, but looking at your own values, and you are exploring that part of your life, changing the way you used to view things. So not following tradition anymore, but actually breaking tradition. And that's what's going on. That's what people see you as, being somebody that they can learn from, but somebody is also willing to break with tradition and move forward into a new aspect. So you want freedom from that situation. You want, maybe you've broken up with this person and you want some sort of legal closure from it. So you want to physically, legally break up with this person. You've got this man with the sword coming in. It shows, for me, I'm reading it as a legal, maybe a lawyer or some sort of legal situation that cuts you from that situation, frees you from it. So you want, maybe you want a divorce and you want some sort of legal intervention in there. So might be you're planning on consulting a lawyer or something like that in order for you to break up with this person, to finally get yourself out of that situation permanently and legally. So going into the future, you got the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Rods. So it looks like you are mourning the loss of this particular relationship. You are feeling a bit overwhelmed, feeling very lonely, isolated. You've got responsibilities that you've actually forgotten about, but you do have responsibilities that you need to take care of, and you need to get over this grief. You need to move forward, but you are still thinking about the past. But this is cards going into the future, so you need to let go of that past and concentrate on the things that are left behind, or things that you have to focus on in order to get over it. So you've got the 9 of Pentacles that is showing that you are reaching a point in your profession or your job that's going to make you very, very financially independent and very self-reliant, and you're not going to need anybody else to bring that in. Whatever your work you're doing, it's going to bring in a lot of abundance for you, and it's going to bring you a lot of independence, and that is where you're going to be focusing all your energies on, and it's going to make you, rich, if you like. So it's going to bring you that financial stability that you want, and it's going to allow you maybe to travel. So you're going to be free enough to travel. The work will take you out. Maybe you'll be doing the same job but traveling and doing it internationally, because this is sending things out into the world. So it might be a lot of international communication, but putting out your ideas into the world. But I think it's also travel. You'll be doing a lot of traveling with regards to work in order to get over or get away from the situation, because you've turned your back on the situation. This person's turned their back, and this bird is flying forward. So it looks like there'll be air travel or some sort of travel or movement with your job. You'll be doing that same kind of job in a different place and leaving behind the past. So you won't be stuck in one particular place physically. You'll be moving around a lot, doing a lot of interaction and collaboration with people on an international basis. So let's draw some cards from the Angel Tarot. So you've got the 10 of Fire, which says too much work, accept help from others, life is out of balance, stress-related health concerns. So this is almost like the 10 of Rods. You've got too many burdens, too many responsibilities. You need to just lighten your load and ask for help, delegate responsibilities if you need to, and get yourself back in order as far as your balance goes. And you've got the 6 of Water, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. So you've been thinking a lot about your past, thinking a lot about things that happened, maybe being stuck about it, maybe being depressed about it. Maybe that's the thing that's also bringing you down as well. So you need to let go of that past and stop thinking about it and move forward. The past is gone, and you need to move forward into the future. And you've got the 8 of Water, the desire to move on, a search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So this card over here is also the 8 of Cups. So you've got 2 8 of Cups over here. This is the end of the old cycle, and you are moving on to something better, something more spiritually fulfilling for you, because obviously whatever you were in, whatever relationship you were in, was not serving you as well, and it was about time to that it came to a conclusion, an end. So it looks like you've decided to move forward, let go of everything completely, and you're cutting ties completely. You want a legal dissolution of whatever happened, and once that comes into place, you are very, very depressed about it, but you are reaching a state of financial independence, and it looks like you'll be doing a lot more traveling and moving away from that situation in order for you to see. There's 2 cards of travel over here. You've got the 8 of Rods and you've got this 3 of Rods. So both of them indicating that you will be doing a lot of traveling, air traveling, moving away from this kind of situation. You won't be stagnant in one particular spot. So you'll be moving around quite a bit with your work. and you're very financially independent. There's a lot of abundance coming in for you. And you will get over the situation. There's a lot of heartbreak, but you will put it behind you and you will get away from it. So I hope this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.